Hey guys, this video is just going to kind of show you how to compare the assessment scores in the test tab to what you're actually seeing in the gradebook. Latasha has asked me to submit a feedback ticket because she believes that there's something going on with the integration between the Peak Library and D2L, which is causing some kids to get an updated test that has 20 questions, some teachers to get an updated test that has 20 questions, and some others to get still a test that has 21 questions. And so there's some kind of integration issue. And until we figure out what's going on, we're going to need to keep an eye on our kids' grades. We also probably want to extend that due date a little bit, and we can talk about that as a team. The test is still accurate, and it is still a good test. It was one that was already in the course. I took the quizzes that were in the course and the test that was already in the course, and I just kind of condensed it down. So it's not a bad test. It's just there's a problem with it talking from the Peak Library to D2L and things like that. So we just need to keep an eye on our kids' grades until we figure out what's going on. And hopefully with our other two tests that have short answers on them, we can find a better solution to this before it becomes a problem. So I'm just going to show you how to look at that assessment report and compare it to what you have in the gradebook really quickly. So the first thing we want to do is go to the content section of our course, and then we're going to navigate to the test and pull up the assessment report. All right, so once you're here, you'll just go ahead and click on the test directly. And once this pulls up, you'll see on the bottom right-hand side, this view results for assessment. You're going to go ahead and click there. So once you're here, you should see a screen that kind of looks like this. On the left-hand side, you can't see it, trying to be as FERPA friendly as possible, but I cut that part of the screen off that has our student names on there. So when you scroll down, you'll see this tells you quite a bit of information, how many attempts they have, the date they took it. You can actually review it and see their answers. So if I was to click on this one, I would see that it had that 21st question in there, that summary question. This tells me that the student attempted all the questions. This is the number he missed, the number he got correct, and this was the total number of questions. Now, I'm going to sort mine by time of submission because I really want to focus on the kids who took this assessment after I made the changes, because that's where we're seeing a lot of issues pop up. So I'm going to sort this by time of submission. And as you can see, this kid took the test today at 2:52 and had 20 questions. This kid took it at 1:47 and had 21 questions, which should not be happening. And so if you actually click on that, you can see that that student has that summary question in there for whatever reason. So her grade in the gradebook is actually not accurate because it's calculating 13 out of the 21 questions. And so I have to make sure that in the meantime, until we can get a solution for this, that I'm just manually double checking that ever so often. So I'm going to just kind of show you what that looks like on the gradebook side as well, what you're looking for whenever you go into your gradebook. So when you look at this student, she got the test that had 21 questions. She answered 13 questions correct. And in the gradebook, it recorded 20.8 for some weird reason. So I am just going to manually change that. Her score should have been a 26 out of 40 points when we're talking about raw score. So you would just take this number of questions that they got right and multiply it by 2 in order to actually come up with the right number that should go in here. And I only had this happen to 3 of my students so far, so I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. I would go through and check everybody, right out of the gate from the get-go, just to make sure everything was talking correctly. And then you should just have to update the new kids, the ones that are taking it, just check them. You may not have to do anything to them. Like I said, I only had 3 out of the 9 that this happened to. So I'm going to go ahead and change this score. So I went ahead and changed the score. Obviously, it did not bump this student up to passing, but I think she was only like 2 points away. So we'll have to do some remediation and get her up there. But hi, Takor. I'll get right back with you. Hi, Sabrina. I should have put on Do Not Disturb, but I didn't. Anyhow, that's just kind of for now, today, the rest of the week, until we get an answer from K-12 as to what's going on with this, if they even have a solution. I don't know. For the other tests that we have this problem with, I am thinking that I might just have you guys make a copy of it in your own course. That way we don't have any kind of integration issues, and then you can manipulate it, take that question off, and make sure that everything is good to go on your end. So for now, I apologize. It is out of my control. It's out of my hands as to what's going on with this. As soon as I have an answer to it, I promise I will let you know. And until then, please just make sure you keep your kids updated and that you email and let them know what's going on, and they're going to be stressed about it. So anyhow, that's what's going on with this. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later.